Coming into this episode, I am already fed up. But you know what? We gotta get into it. Let's go. So Cristyl and Robin are finally having a face-to-face about the entire situation that went on between the two of them. And of course, we know things between the two of them isn't going to go anywhere because neither one of them think they are wrong, which is mind-blowing to me. But of course, we gotta have hope. So Robin tells Cristyl that she should have contacted her 21 days ago. Now, I would think that Robin is saying this because she wants to talk to Cristyl about apologizing to her, because that is exactly what she needs to do after hitting that girl. But no, Robin believes that Cristyl owes her an apology. Like, Robin, what? Hell no. She is truly crazy. Yes, Cristyl was a terrible mediator. We have all established that now. And yes, Cristyl was a fake friend, a terrible friend, which is another thing we have already established. But Robin, my dear, she doesn't owe you anything, but you definitely owe her apology, crazy lady. Now, but Cristyl, you do owe her apology too, but Robin, you need to be apologizing first because you got physical with her. So when Robin told Cristyl she should have contacted her 21 days ago, Cristyl said how could she if she was blocked by Robin? And Robin said, well, I didn't block your phone number. Now, all I can think about is Robin ass may not be a social media guru, but her ass sure know how to block people and unfollow them, child. Robin. So Robin said, well, Cristyl, you hurt me and I'm not here to apologize to you, but I am open to receive your apology. And see, as much as I dislike Cristyl ways, I would have to defend her because Robin has lost all her marbles. And if Cristyl had any real sense, she would have got up and walked away from Robin because clearly she was on one that night. So Cristyl put on her fake nice girl personality and told Robin that everything she's done for their friendship came from a place of love. And Robin, after she got her whole little spill out, said she was done and over with the conversation with Cristyl because she's been waiting to hear from Cristyl, and now all of a sudden she feel like Cristyl is being fake right now. And she want her apology from her. Now, Robin said the first week, she was sad. The second week, she was angry. The third week, she was confused. And now this fourth week, she's just like, F it. Like, she don't care no more. And you know what? That is so typical of Robin. When she is over something, she is ready to move on. And like I always say, she never wants to consider how other people is feeling about the situation. Robin never see when she is wrong, which is why she is always ready to move on. And that's not right. And it is also the reason why she don't have many girlfriends, because Robin with friend girls, baby, you gotta apologize for real and mean it. But that's not Robin, and it's not okay, Robin. Now, even though Robin was wrong, I also need Cristyl to acknowledge that she was wrong as well. Because when she was talking to Robin, she was definitely talking in circles just to try and get a point of how she was trying to console Robin during the altercation. And once again, Cristyl, baby, you were not trying to help the situation. You were making it worse and actually adding on to the attack on Robin. So the fact that she was trying to boost herself up in this conversation with Robin, it was just so irritating. Because once again, nobody thinks they are wrong. Everybody is playing victim when nobody is the victim. Nobody. This entire situation is irritating because if they both acknowledge how they were wrong in the situation, they can move on. But clearly, that's not going to happen. So eventually, Quiana came to them and told them that she's about to start dinner and they can take their conversation outside. Now, Quiana already didn't want them to have a conversation at her event anyway, so I think she was already fed up that they did. So she basically kicked them out in a very Quiana way. And that's exactly what they did, go outside, which was so confusing to me because they both had already established that they weren't going to apologize or move on. So it was honestly nothing for them to finish talking about, right? And it was quite rude, in my opinion, that they even left their girl event. Like, they could have tabled that whole conversation for another time, especially knowing they weren't going anywhere with it. So that was just rude. But since they want to keep things going, let's talk about it. So Robin brought up how Cristyl knew that Quiana had a problem with her. And Cristyl lied through her teeth, saying that she didn't know. When Quiana told her that she was only going to the dinner to question Robin about the money situation. And because of that, Robin felt like she was walking into a lion's den blindly. And her friend didn't even warn her or had her back at that moment. And I mean, she technically was right. And Robin have every reason to feel the way that she does. She also brought up how Tiffany and Tiana were basically defending her and backing her up, and they weren't even friends. And Cristyl had the nerve to say, well, is it because they wanted your business? Like, girl, what? That had nothing to do with anything. Tiana and Tiffany stood up for Robin because everything that went down was a mess. And Cristyl, as a host, you didn't handle anything accordingly. That had nothing to do with business. And Robin told her that she needs to get her mind out the bank. Get her mind out the bank. And I'm like, thank you, Robin. Clearly, that's all Cristyl will be thinking about, which is why she herself can't be a damn good friend. So eventually, Robin just told Cristyl, it's whatever, girl. Like, let's move on. Let's get past this. Whatever. And Cristyl agreed. So I guess they friends again, which is odd to me because I didn't think they were real friends from the beginning. They are more like forced friends. So moving on in the show, Robin goes to stop by Amy and Mozzie's house, which is the YouTube couple she sold the home to. I personally don't get why we are seeing this because it is so irrelevant since the house was already sold to them, which made this come off as a filler scene. Which, I mean, it kind of was, since there was information going around that the producers and editors were switching up the last 3 episodes to basically shed light on more real estate, since we weren't getting much of that in the previous episode. So I assume this is them making up for it. Now, don't get me wrong, Mozzie and Amy home was very nice. At least the 3-4 shots we did see of it, but I guess we can't have it all. But what we did get was Amy bigging Robin up on the things that she learned through the home buying process, thanks to Robin. And we also get a FaceTime call conversation of Robin, her sister, and her niece calling to tell Robin happy birthday. So that is all that happened there, which is why I called it a filler scene. Then after that, we get into Tiana showing the lady Quiana and her son Mario a ranch home in the outskirts of Atlanta. Now, Quiana is a black woman architect and builder we were introduced to in the last episode that designed the Mario home that Tiana was trying to sell. Now, what I disliked about this scene was Tiana was giving them details only in one spot. Like, she was literally standing there giving them details. But I wish, she would have been walking around showing off the home to them as she's giving the details, because like, come on, this is a black family trying to own a ranch that is on 5 acres of land, and we couldn't even get into that fully. So that was irritating to me, especially because as a seller showing off the home to the client, isn't that what Tiana's supposed to do anyways? And maybe she did and we just didn't see it, but all in all, Quiana and her son liked the property and wanted to put in the offer, which was great because I was starting to get worried about Tiana and her home selling skills, because it seemed like she was running into problems with her clients, which is fine because real estate isn't all wins. But Tiana, girl, I'm rooting for you. So next we move on to Kira showing her client B Simone a townhome, and at this point I was happy that we got to see 3 properties back to back. I mean, isn't this what this show is about, seeing properties? But hey, we are making progress. But I was also happy that Kira decided to show B Simone a townhome, like a real home, and not only, more condos, because those were beginning to feel outdated, and B Simone didn't like any of them that Kira was showing her, even though a condo is what B Simone wanted. But baby, it ain't what you needed. So Kira did with her client what I expected Tiana to do with hers, which was actually take us on a journey with her throughout the home so we get a view and details all together. And overall, B Simone was loving the home. Now, Kira said she was sold on the home, but I didn't hear B Simone say she wants to put in an offer, but she did say she wants the home. So I guess that was her way of saying go ahead and put the offer in. Now, what I would say is we know that Kira helped B Simone host on a home because they both posted it on social media. But based off of the pictures, it didn't look like it was that exact home that we are seeing right now. I mean, it could have been, but I'm saying from the few photos that I did see, it just didn't look like it. But maybe we will see it all unfold later on in the episode. Later on in these episodes. It's only like, what, 2 left? 7 and 8, yeah, 2 more episodes left. But moving on in the show, Tiana and Tiffany are doing their usual meetup, and they start talking about how their birthday is coming up and how they should go horseback riding. Now, I knew that Tiffany, Quiana, and Robin were all Libras, so their birthdays had to be close to each other. But I didn't know Tiana was a Libra as well. So with that information, Tiana was like, since it's all our birthdays, we should have a Libra only celebration. And that they should go horseback riding. And that Cristyl and Kira would have to sit this one out because baby, they're not a part of the special Libra gang. They ain't say that, but you know, I'm a Libra, so that's how I feel. Now, I'm not sure if Robin is a September Libra or October Libra. All I know is her birthday is being talked about first because we seen her mom, sister, and niece call her and wish her a happy birthday earlier in the episode. And now we see her and Cristyl having a meetup and Cristyl bringing her this big old bouquet of flowers. And I'm over here like, man, Cristyl is so phony to the point like she can't even do anything about it because it's just who she is to the core. Like, I get that her and Robin claim they have moved past their differences, but let's be real. That's only because neither one of them think they are wrong. But see, if it was me, it would take a lot of work within our relationship before I am back buddy-buddy with you and bringing you birthday flowers, especially after you put your hands on me. But that's just me. And Cristyl is just, well, Cristyl. Now, Cristyl said people wouldn't understand why she missed Robin after Robin acted the way that she was acting. She also said that she is very composed, meticulous, and a strategic person. And to be honest, Cristyl didn't need to tell us that because we already knew that. And those attributes makes her a great lawyer. But what Cristyl don't know is that she also calls herself boring. She even continued by saying Robin helps her to not be so composed. And that right there had me saying, exactly, Cristyl. You are using Robin. That is not your real best friend. Cristyl uses Robin for that exciting, adventurous, spur of the moment factor Robin has. And I don't think she cares to get to know anything else other than that because it's not beneficial to Cristyl, which is why she can flip on Robin in a drop of a dime. And I just think it's so sad that Cristyl is Robin's friend because Robin loosens her up because Robin is the older one. So she should be the one that needs to loosen it up this, okay? But child, it's the other way around. It's like, Cristyl, it's pathetic. Now, once all the fake highs and happy birthday Rob was out of the way, the both of them started talking about their dating life. And it started because Cristyl told Robin she, seemed happy and asked her if it's pink that has her, acting this way or looking this way or feeling this way. Because clearly peen is the word of the episode with Cristyl, child, because she brought it up in the beginning of the episodes too. So Robin said no, she just happy and it ain't peen yet. Robin's so funny. So then Robin asked her how was her, single life. And Lord, here goes Cristyl talking about the guy that asked her to be in a polyamorous relationship. Now see, at this point, I think Cristyl is considering it because she can't stop talking about this guy as if he is the best thing since shrimp and grits, okay? And she also brags on how he really likes her because she told Robin that the dude would marry her tomorrow as if that was golden. And I'm just so confused because clearly he would marry anyone that would allow him to be in a relationship with you and however many other women he wants to be with. So Cristyl, you are not special to him, my dear. Sorry to tell you. Because if you were, and if that was the case, then he would have been trying to see how he can move forward being with only you, especially knowing that being in a polyamorous relationship is against your quote-unquote morals. Yet, you are the one bending backwards to test out this poly world, no matter how bad you are trying to downplay it. Now, while Cristyl was telling Robin about the whole polyamorous situation, Robin is on her phone trying to Google what the word means. Baby, Robin is so funny. She doesn't know nothing from social media, not this polyamorous situation. And she reminds me so much of Karen from Real Housewives of Potomac when the girls was explaining to Karen about the word teabagging and what it meant. Thinking about that just makes me scream. Like, they act just alike, and they may be the same age. Karen may be a little bit older. So Robin told Cristyl that she doesn't think that she should indulge in that. And Cristyl said, but I'm enjoying life and I'm enjoying being single or whatever. And girl, Cristyl, bye. We all know Robin is old and she has been through some things. I mean, hell, she done got into arguments about it. So clearly Robin knows a thing or two and is trying to help Cristyl out. But Cristyl is not listening, or she just don't care because she goes on to ask Robin if she would go to the party with her. Now, Kara already told her no, and she knows all the other ladies are married. So now I'm thinking she wants to be back friends with Robin so she can use her for things like this because, you know, Robin is a wild card. But Robin ass isn't that damn wild because she told Cristyl no. So that was a done deal. And Robin moved on from the conversation and asked Cristyl if she had a problem with Tiffany. And Cristyl was acting like she didn't know who Robin was talking about. Like, girl, you knew exactly who she was talking about. Y'all both are on the same show together. So how you don't know who she's talking about? Girl, get on my nerves. That's why she be pissing me off. And she was like, oh, no, you know, Cristyl, like, I don't have no problem with her. I don't really know her. Now, when Robin started saying how Tiffany showed her compassion, how Tiffany can relate to things that Robin deals with and relate to her feelings, Cristyl got so antsy and so jealous. And in her confessional, she said that she was annoyed when Robin was telling her things because she know what's going on in the background with Robin. Yeah, a few episodes ago, she said that she didn't know Robin had these mental issues. So Cristyl, what is it? Do you know or do you not know? Because if you know, then you would have reacted better in that trigger situation. And if you don't know, then y'all can't be, you know, real best friends like you are trying to make us believe y'all are. Hell, even Robin said that Cristyl don't know what she really be dealing with, so somebody lying. And then Cristyl goes on to say that Tiffany has never been nice to her and that she has been overly friendly to people that she can get things from. Basically saying that Tiffany is trying to be friendly with Robin to get her business. But we haven't seen Tiffany do anything to have us believe that she is trying to steal people's business. That has all been you, Cristyl. That's your doing, okay? So I don't know. Somebody is lying about something. I just think it's so crazy that Cristyl is saying this about Tiffany because Tiffany already told the story about how Cristyl contacted her about trying to take on her clients when Tiffany was having her child. And Tiffany said it didn't come off as she was trying to be supportive, but more like she was being sneaky. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but if Cristyl was bold enough to hit up Tiffany with that mess, I would assume it's because she felt like Tiffany was nice and a reasonable person. But that's just my assumption. But I think after Tiffany told her nah in that situation, Tiffany started feeling a way about Cristyl because at this point, she doesn't trust her. Which I totally get why. Like, Cristyl, you came off to me as a snakish person, so why would I be friendly with you? Now, let me just say, Robin ass in this black, maleficent, evil queen black jumpsuit with the black pearls, like, it is great, okay? And I know she had it on in the last episode, but this episode, it stands out even more because it's being extra messy and extra petty, and it's right on cue that you just have to applaud her because, good God, she is good TV. She just makes great TV. And it's funny because Robin has found a way to make up with all the girls she had problems with and then create drama elsewhere. And it doesn't involve her, but it does involve Cristyl. And guess who really looks like a bad guy? Cristyl. I just love it. Keep us entertained, Robin. You know why we are here. Now, moving on in the show, we finally get to the girls celebrating their Libra ranch get-together, where they are there to ride horses. And they was having a good time, and I enjoyed seeing them in their black cowgirls element. But Lord, things went down from there once Robin started talking. So she told the girl she had lunch with Cristyl and everything went well. And of course, everybody was happy. And then she asked Tiffany if her and Cristyl had anything going on because she had a feeling it was. And Tiffany said she didn't know Cristyl like that. And here goes Robin trying to be a peacemaker. Like, I don't know what made her think she was the one for that role, but Lord, she took it on. And she told Tiffany to shoot Cristyl a DM. And Tiffany said no, she's not concerned about people's feelings. And she asked Robin if Cristyl brought that up to her. And boy, Robin scurried around that question so good because she didn't say yeah or no. And she couldn't have because Robin was the one to bring it up to Cristyl. So instead, Robin just said Cristyl feels like Tiffany may not like her. And Tiffany is just like, honestly, she's not in a place to even care. She got business and she got kids to worry about. not trying to figure out who gonna be her next friend. And Robin said people with kids just don't understand that, which is why she feel like Cristyl feel the way that she feels. And that's when Quiana jumped in and said she doesn't have kids and she understands what they go through and that she hates when people say that. Now, Robin tried to backtrack what she said, but she didn't. And she repeated it. And that got Quiana even more hot because she's like, it doesn't change the value of a person if they have a child or not. Now listen, I get why Quiana was upset because she is emotional and she's dealing with fertility issues. But I also get what Robin was saying because regardless of the fact, if you don't have a child, we just wouldn't know what a day-to-day life will be like. It's just completely different. So I kind of get both sides. But I think once Quiana brought it up the first time and made a statement basically acknowledging how she feels offended by Robin saying people with kids or people without kids would understand, Robin should have just let it go and changed the subject because they were doing so freaking good. Like the positive vibes were there, but now the energy is on another high. But we won't know how the conversation finished until next week. Child, they are a mess. In the next episode, looks like it's gonna be even more chaotic. And I'm ready for all of it. And with that being said, I hope you all enjoyed my review. And you already know what to do. Like this video, comment your thoughts on the show below. And last but certainly not least, subscribe and join the queen, baby. Bye.